We apologize for our technical difficulties here tonight. As while we were dealing with that, Highland lost a couple yards here, and it's 4th down as Grady Crandall will punt it away. Sorro will let it go, and it looks like it'll get to about the 36, and that will be Sorro's starting field position as Highland will come back out here, and we'll see what Highland can do on this next drive. Coming back in 30 seconds. As Sorro is back out there, and Sorro snaps it, and that is ran right up the middle. Heck of a start for Sorro, gain of 11. That is a first down for Nikolai Procopio. Here, they're running back here last week, putting up a heck of an effort here with 15 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns as it is snapped. Screen pass, that is caught. And that looks like it's going to be about 8 yards on that play. That's caught by Tristan Armstrong, who's had a strong effort for Sorro to start the season. Sorro led by quarterback Marcel Jones, who has looked rather impressive here in his last 4 games to start the season. Marcel Jones, last game, putting up 16 for 22 with 178 yards and 2 touchdowns against Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez, obviously a lackluster team in the 5A division, but Cesar Chavez, use your opportunities against it. As Marcel Jones in shotgun, he's going to snap it, and he's going to scramble. That's going to be a first down and more. Highland allowing some space here as Marcel Jones gets to the 31. And that is a Sorro first down. Sorro already looking good here on offense to start out. Defense scrambling for answers. Marcel Jones looking in shotgun here on this next snap. Jane Wiseman, number 8, the receiver, in motion as Tristan Armstrong goes into the slot, and Jones snaps it. He's gonna scramble once again, but a nice play here by Highland's defense as a flag is thrown late. This would be a sack for your Highland Hawks, but there is laundry here. Penalties obviously being a big Highland problem here this year, as it is unsportsmanlike conduct. A late blunder here already here for Highland, as it looks like he may have said something here after that sack. So that will give Sorro a nice even better field position now, and another set of downs here. 8:20 left in the first quarter. We're still scoreless here as Sorro moves forward here. Marcel Jones looking good here, looking comfortable here against Highland's defense that just hasn't kept up here so far. Here, penalties, as Highland's just biggest arch enemy here this year has just been penalty after penalty here. 10 penalties against Liberty when they played last. Cannot make those mistakes as they have a receiver in motion. Jones hands it off, and that is going to be a couple of yards here as Procopio gets about 3 there, and it'll be second down for Sorro as clock continues to run here. Scoreless here to start out in the first quarter. As Sorro will quickly get back to the line here. Gain of 1 on that last play. Marcel Jones and those again send a receiver in motion. Play action. They don't have an open receiver. Good pressure here by Highland, but Marcel Jones is going to scramble it. He's got room. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Sorro. What a start. Marcel Jones with scrambling abilities to start out here, as Marcel Jones just showing so much elusiveness here to start out for Sorro. Not much Highland can do about that, and I believe Highland's defense there showed some pressure and was really covering really good downfield, running a 2-man safety deep on that zone coverage. But it looks like Marcel Jones, he's going to be a problem tonight with that scrambling ability. As Sorro will look to add with the extra point here. And the kick is up, almost blocked, but it is good. And Sorro's out with a 7-0 lead early here in the first quarter. 7:34 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a short break. As we go back here, Sorro ready to kick off here. Highland going on their second drive, 3 now on their first drive. It's been story of Highland this year. Really need to get it going here. Coach Farrell needs to call some screen plays or something just to get them above the line of scrimmage at this point. We'll see if this offense can really get going here. And it looks like Highland is ready to go here. Sorro's ready to kick it off as the student section looking rather quiet right now. And I think Highland wants to change that narrative as Sorro kicks it off. And that's going into the 1, and that will be a touchback. Mono elects it to go back into the end zone as this offense looks to come out here and just really get going here. That looks like it's Jackson Compensino here. Jackson Comp at quarterback here, quarterback change here for your Highland Hawks. As Highland's ready to go here, Molinol in the backfield and an ISO formation, 5 offensive linemen, and they will not give it to him. And they're going to have a screen out here. That is caught. And that will be a gain of 5 here. Nice little play action boot on that play. That is Reed Price on the catch. And that is what we need to see out of your Highland team here. Just getting creative here instead of, traditional plays here. Just seeing what Highland can do on that outside edge. Something that they've been lacking all season. Nice play there for Highland. Gain of 7 as they put Anthony Martin in motion once more. And they're going to give it to him on that motion. And he's got some room as well, but he's going to be stopped as gain of maybe a yard here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and short for the Highland Hawks here in the first quarter. This feels like something where they need to get their tempo going. It's 3rd down and 1 here from the 29 here for your Highland Hawks. As Highland maybe draws up some type of reverse here. Maybe some jet streams here getting going here for the Highland Hawks as Molinol is back in ISO formation. They do have an outside receiver on the edge. Sorro looking a little jumpy there. We'll see if Highland's offense can adjust to that. And under center. He's under center and Mono in the backfield. And they'll give it to him. And he's got some room on the outside edge. Mono! He's got a block! Mono, there's a flag, but Mono is going to the 30, the 20, the 10. Oh, he's tackled at the 15. But hold up, there is laundry. There is a flag on the play. It's down at the 45. This might be coming back. And that seems to be what is happening there. That was an excellent block there at the 50 that allowed him to get a hefty gain there. That looks like it was about 50 yards on that rush. But it looks like it is coming back, and it is a holding, presumably, here for the Highland Hawks. And here comes the call. It is holding against Highland. And that big play erased by a holding penalty. First explosive play we've seen out of Highland in a long time. Caleb Molinol showing his elusiveness on the outside edge. But it looks like someone was holding in the process as Highland will be back at the 38-yard line here to start out. As Compensano comes out. Looks like Renneman is too is left, and he will snap it. He's in shotgun, and he has Anthony Martin. Just didn't give him a good ball on that screen pass, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for your Highland Hawks here. 5:36 left in the first quarter. Sorro already has a touchdown on the board. Highland trying to respond with one of their own. And it looks like Highland will be back in ISO formation. Max Brown on that outside edge. He's the only receiver out there. Renneman in the backfield, presumably giving him a carry as Sorro, again, just really looking like they're going to bring pressure here. Highland trying to adjust. ISO formation here. Renneman in the backfield. Max Brown on the outside, and they will put Cruz Colmore in motion, and he is out there, and they're going to throw it. And that might be contact, and they do throw the flag. It looks like they got there early for Sorro, and that will be a new set of downs for your Highland Hawks. It doesn't seem like penalties go Highland's way very often, but here Sorro looks like they got there early. Nice play call there by Coach Farrell, and that will be a Highland 1st down. Here, looking like it's looking a little bumpy, but it looks like Highland's starting to string up some momentum here to start out this game, making Sorro's safeties really stay back here, and that might open up the middle of the field here throughout the game. That should be on viewer alert here to begin the game, as they will mark the ball at the 48 of their own territory here with 5:30 left in the first quarter. And Highland is in shotgun. Cruz Colmore to his right as they put Anthony Martin once again in motion. As the receiver does follow, but there is movement. It looks like Sorro may have jumped. Looks like Highland's wanting Sorro, but this might be a false start. No, they'll call it against Sorro. Sorro, I've been mentioning these last couple plays, have been looking a little antsy to start up, and looks like they jumped a little bit early there. Nice snap count here for your Highland Hawks, as it will be 1st down and 5 for your Highland Hawks here. From the 48 of Sorro, looks like they were trying to get him again with that snap count. Coach Farrell trying to instruct his offense what to do here, as Renneman is to his right. They have 3 receivers to his left, and they'll put Renneman in motion in that direction, and he's going to pass it once more, and he's got someone. Oh, he had someone open. He overthrew him, though, and that's intercepted. And that's going to be returned. He's got blockers ahead. He jukes him out. There is another flag, but he returns it to the 20. This would be detrimental if this was against Sorro, but I believe that flag may have come after the interception. So it looks like Sorro will get the ball back. Overthrown ball there, and Sorro getting the ball back here as Highland's momentum shut down in an instant here. Not to mention that 50-yard gain that was taken away by that holding call. Big play erased there, as the penalty is against Sorro on the return. So Sorro will get the ball. They will get the ball back. And Highland just looking like whenever they have momentum, just looks like it gets taken away in an instant. That's been the story of this 0-4 team so far. And we'll see throughout this game if they can really slow that down here, as Marcel Jones in the offense comes back out here for Sorro. Sorro, 20th ranked in the state. Looking like they could really make a push, though, here for the open division, as they do have a receiver in motion. Marcel Jones is going to pass it once more. They do have deep receivers, and he's going to send one, and that is incomplete. Nice defense from your Highland Hawks there. One-on-one coverage, but just looks like he was ahead of him. Marcel Jones taking a gamble there on 1st down. Doesn't get to him. 2nd down and 10 here for the Sorro High School football team. Marcel Jones showing flashes earlier in this game for those that are just joining us here. Marcel Jones with an elusive rushing touchdown earlier to put Sorro up 7-0 here. 5:09 left in the first quarter. Highland looks like they're going to send pressure. Grady Crandall's on that outside edge, and Marcel Jones just was not in communication here with Tristan Armstrong. Looks like it was open, but Tristan Armstrong elected for the curl route, and I think Marcel Jones may have been looking for something different there. Nice pressure there from Grady Crandall on that outside edge. As the student section on third down, trying to stop Sorro here. Sorro comes out with a 3 wide receiver set to the left. As Marcel Jones will pass it one more time. Highland showing pressure, but he's got a screen pass here. And that is stopped immediately. That is Grady Crandall. Grady Crandall really showing his open field tackling ability. And that will be a 4th down. Highland will get the football back. And Highland's defense really making the stand here as Procopio is unable to get into the open field. Gain of 1, 4th down here as Highland will get back the football as Grady Crandall will also return this punt here on 4th down and 9. Highland's defense making a big stand led by Coach Rudder, the defensive coordinator, calling the plays here for a Highland defense. Looks really organized, I would say, on this drive. Looks like they had safety formations just deep, causing miscommunications by Marcel Jones and that Sorro offense here. As it looks like Highland's offense will get back out there here, and the snap is away, and the punt is away. And that looks like it's a bit short here. It's at the 20 right now, and that's about where it will be here for a Highland offense to start. They will start at the 21-yard line here. 3:57 left in the first quarter. Highland is down 7 here as the offensive front here for your Highland Hawks comes back out. And this offense looks like they're just not there right now, and they just need to be more organized here on this offensive front. Coach Farrell calling up some plays, though, in that first drive that seems like they can really get it going here on that outside edge. I think the big key of the game here for your Highland Hawks is just to exploit that that outside edge here for your Highland Hawks, as they do have a receiver in motion. And the pass, play action pass, that's Anthony Martin on that edge, but he's going to get struck immediately here. And that is going to be a loss of 1 for your Highland Hawks here as the clock continues to run here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10 for your Highland Hawks, but that is what I like to see out of the Highland offense here. That is actually a gain of 1 here. Sorry for the miscommunication there. As Highland, is looking to get something going on that outside edge. I feel like they've been confined to that inside edge, and that's a lot of defensive lines to just stop them every single time. But now Highland starting to get a little bit creative here on that offensive play calling. Quarterback is under center. Molyneux in the backfield as they do have a receiver in motion. Fake the jet sweep to Colmore, and they'll hand it up the middle to Molyneux. And that is going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 here for your Highland Hawks. As that'll bring up a crucial 3rd down here for your Highland offense. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Highland down 7. Highland needs to make a play here, as the Highland offense just looking to really get themselves together here on 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Highland showing a 3 wide receiver set to the right. They have a receiver to the left. Looks like Max Brown is on that outside edge. Quarterback is in shotgun as Cruz Colmore to his right. We talked about his ability. He can really get you on the outside edge here as the snap. He's in shotgun, and he's got someone deep, but nice defense, but flag. And once again, it looks like Sorro got there early, and that will be a new set of downs here for your Highland Hawks. Just looks like somebody on Sorro got there a little bit early. That's actually Kashe Mitchell here for Sorro that just got there a little bit early. It looks like Highland will retain possession. Highland's offense getting some lucky breaks here to start out. Sorro looking like for those technical difficulties here as the Highland Hawks. In summary, Highland Hawks got an interception here in the second quarter, but a few plays later, seems to be the story of the Highland Hawks season. Sorro comes back with the interception of their own here, but they go 3 and out here. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Less than 2 minutes ago in the second quarter. Still the same score. Sorro 7, Highland nothing here. It's 3rd down and 18 coming up here as Anthony Martin is on that edge here. And he's going to pass it. They're going to shift him to the left. Colmore's got some blockers ahead. And Colmore's going to have some blockers ahead. Welcome back as Colmore jukes him. He's going all the way. First big play of the game for Highland, as that is a Cruz Colmore touchdown at 3rd and 18. A 55-yard bomb for your Highland Hawks, as the technical difficulties get returned with a big touchdown here for your Highland Hawks here, as we are about to tie it up. Huge play for your Highland Hawks. Wow. Cruz Colmore with blocks on that outside edge. And I've been telling you all game, he could be dangerous when it comes to that category. What a play call there from your Highland Hawks. Wow. As Highland, wow, man, that was a heck of a play call there. 4 blockers in front of him. Incredible play there as Highland is about to tie it up here with this Caden Leonard extra point, and that is right down the middle here. Highland has tied it up here with 1:35 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back after this. As Highland is ready to kick it off here. And Highland just looking really good here. Ever since the interception here, Highland has had small momentum shifts into that Cruz Colmore 55-yard touchdown pass. Incredible play call. Not much that we've seen here from Highland this season. And this is a heck of a start here to get that going here. We are all tied up at 7 here with 1:35 to go in the second quarter, excuse me. As it looks like Highland will kick it off here. It looks like it's Grady Crandall on the kickoff here. He's been everywhere all night long. Grady actually got that interception earlier as he does kick it off. And that will be let go for a touchback here as the offense for Sorro will come back out. And we'll take a short 15-second intermission. Sorro's offense will come back out there. It is actually not Marcel Jones that's back out there. It is Ashton Panel, the senior for the Highland Hawks here, for the Sorro High School, as he is going to have a pocket that is wide open here. Nice short curl route, pass complete here, gain of about 7 here as Sorro looks to hurry up here. And it looks like a timeout is called by Sorro. And they will take the huddle here. 1:27 to go in the second quarter, 7-7. We'll take a 30-second timeout here with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. As we are back here after that timeout used by Sorro. And Sorro will be back out there led by Ashton Pendle, number 10, with that quarterback change from Marcel Jones earlier, as the play is there, and it's going to be caught here. That's a nice screen, but did not have blockers ahead, as Highland is quickly there on that tackle. And looks like it's actually a first down here, as they will move the chains here. 1:19 on the clock. And Sorro may have used one of its timeouts once again, and they do. Sorro looking a little bit bleak on offense ever since that big touchdown from Marcel Jones earlier. Highlands defense holding their part here tonight after that big 55-yard touchdown from Cruz Colmore. For those of you that are just joining us here, it is 1:19 left in the second quarter. Score is tied 7-7 from two very athletic touchdowns from each team. Marcel Jones showing his elusiveness as a quarterback. He is not out there right now, though, as number 10, Ashton Pendle, the senior at Sorro, is out at quarterback. And Porter Clough is out at quarterback for your Highland Hawks here, number 23 for your Highland Hawks here, the senior. As Highland defensively is really trying to get the ball back here. 1:19. They do have time. And we will see here as looks like Highland will run a two-safety set. Middle linebacker seems to be back with them, as Ashton Pendle under shotgun here. And Highland looks like they're going to run some zone here. They do apply pressure, though, and they're going to get an open receiver. He just misses them. That was Tristan Armstrong, a big target here for Sorro all night. And it looks like he just missed him there. He was open, as Highland has been running zone on this drive. Looks like they have had a lot of middle field options here to rely on, but Pendle just not able to connect with Armstrong there on that first down play. But it does look like there's a defensive penalty against Highland, so that is a first down here for Sorro at the 45. I believe that was defensive holding here against Highland. So that will be a free set of downs here for Sorro. Penalty is obviously a big problem here for Highland. Highland running the same formation here, and they do give it to the tight end here, and that's going to be another first down. These short, just quick throws here really working here for Sorro as they are in the 2-minute drill. Highland running zone here, just not looking like themselves defensively. They do need to apply pressure here as Sorro does hurry up. The clock is running here, under a minute to go. And he's in the pocket. He's got that quick throw again. And that is to Tristan Armstrong, obviously the biggest target of the night for Highland. And it looks like Highland's defense has been running that two-safety zone here in this 2-minute drill. And it looks like Sorro is just kind of seeing right through it here, as Sorro, Highland again running that three-safety set. And that quick throw threw it behind Armstrong. Armstrong's been getting targets all drive long here, as Sorro is still finding space here in this 2-minute drill. They are at the 36 of Highland here, but a big third down and short here for your Highland Hawks defense. Highland again running 3 players back here, 4 players in the linebacker position, as they do get Pendle is in the pocket, and he finds his tight end once again. And that looks to be another Sorro first down here with 43 seconds on the clock. We'll see if the refs spot it there. And, there's a penalty, and that is holding against Sorro. That is probably one of the more crucial penalties of this game here with 43 seconds to go in this first half here. And that will bring up a third down and long for Sorro. That is huge, huge penalty there, as that would have been a Sorro first down. But instead, that is taken back here. It looks like it'll be third down and 13 here from the 46. Highland presumably running that 3-safety set. On that last play, they ran 4 linebackers on that play. Sorro trying to get a play call here. Presumably, Highland will try to defend something that they could try over the top here with 43 seconds to go in the first half. as Sorro will look to run shotgun here. Looks like there is some type of stoppage at play here. Grady Crandall, highlight player of the game so far, has an interception, has had 5 tackles here in this game. Big time plays here from Grady Crandall here tonight, as it actually was a reset of the clock here to 51 seconds here. So 3rd down and 13 from the 46 for Sorro. They have a receiver in motion, panel in shotgun, and he's going to unload one, and that is incomplete, just overthrown. Nice defense there from the safety Crandall, and that will be 4th down and 13, as Highland might have something going here with 45 seconds to go, as they will get the ball back here, presuming that there is not a penalty here on this punt. Highland, if they could get a score here in this first half to end this first half, looking real good here to go into the second half. Highland did receive the initial kickoff, so Sorro will return the kickoff here to start the second half, as Highland just looking to get something on the board, and they could keep this a 1-possession game here if they could get a field goal at least to end the half. 45 seconds to go, as Sorro will punt it from the 46. We will see if Highland gets at least pretty good field position here, as they do punt it away. That is short. It lands at the 25, and that goes out of bounds at the 20 here. Highland, with 39 seconds to go at their own 20, is going to bring out their offense here, as Porter Clough, this Porter Clough-led Highland offense is getting going here. They'll bring Colmore out, and this is time, if you're Coach Farrell, to take some deep shots here, as Porter Clough has been a little bit inaccurate in this game, but he can throw the deep ball, and that's not what we've seen out of Highland here to start off. As Highland may also elect to run the clock out here to end the first half. And they do run it here. Colmore is on that outside edge, and he's got some room there to the 35. We'll see if Highland can call a timeout here. And they're going to run some players. The clock is still running here with 25 seconds to go. And clock's still running here. No timeout called. 15 seconds. And it looks like Highland may just run this to halftime. And that is what they will do, as the game is 7-7 here going into half. As inconsistencies from both teams have made this a defensive effort from both teams here tonight. As the score, it remains 7-7 here going into half. And we will have your Highland Hawks marching band here at halftime. It's for your halftime show, as this has been a competitive first half for your Highland Hawks. We thank you for watching this presentation of Hawks football, and we will see you in 20 minutes for the second half. had the presentation of the Fallen Angel Project, as Highland does accept donations at www.fallenangelproject.org. As Highland gets back out there, tied 7-7 going into the second half. Highland had a momentum shift with a Cruz Colmore 55-yard touchdown earlier in the game. It's been one of their many explosive plays here tonight, but just have not capitalized on a lot of them. Looks to change that here in the second half, as Highland is looking to kind of exploit their running backs here, as Cayman Molinol has really looked really good tonight, as Cruz Colmore obviously had that big touchdown earlier on the screen pass, but Cayman Molinol has just looked really explosive tonight, as Cayman Molinol has been impressive all year for the Highland Hawks. They're averaging 65 yards a game, and they haven't really had the play calling to really get him going here. But tonight, it looks like Cayman Molinol has really gotten those great play calls here from Coach Farrell. This Highland offense looking a little bit restored here tonight. And Highland warming up here, back on the field. Highland in this first half just looking a lot better than what their 0-4 record says. Their defense has been a keystone part of Coach Farrell's entire career here as a Highland Hawk. One thing that remains consistent with Coach Farrell's teams are his defense, and tonight that has been shown, but the offense has always been the question mark. And tonight, Highland just looks a little bit better on offense than they have had that they've seen in the first 4 games here to start the season. As kickoff is set to begin here in about a minute, and we're going to take a short break here before the second half begins with a score of 7-7 here, and we'll begin here momentarily. Time here to start the second half here. It is going to start here in about 2 minutes here, as Sorro will return the kickoff. I do want to add that a problem that the Highland defense had at the end of the first half, where Sorro was able to drive down the field, which inevitably actually ended up in a holding call, which cost them field position for a field goal. Highland just was not protecting the sidelines here, with just 2-on-1 matchups where the safety seemed to be back here, which was leaving someone on the sidelines wide open. I think that's something that Rudder may have pointed out to his defense at the half here. Those quick throws from Sorro in that 2-minute drill just looked more organized on offense. And I think as Rudder is trying to get this defense together here in the second half, he's coached his defense pretty well here in his tenure at Highland here, as he began coaching at Highland last year. He had some rough games last year, including like Cream Creek, which was a blowout last year, but Coach Rudder has learned to kind of back that up here with games like this where they just have looked pretty good here defensively. They've looked like a solid, unified group here for your Highland Hawks, as Coach Rudder in his tenure in Highland has done pretty well defensively. Now the offense has been that question mark, as Highland just isn't organized this year with that 0-4 record here, as Jalen Fisher, who is a Central Michigan commit this offseason, leaves the team as a graduate. They come in with Luke Young, who shows a lot of promise but gets injured after week 1 against Higley. And they come up with Rylan Reyes, who struggled in his last 4 games. So tonight, they're using Porter Clough here as their quarterback, as we will get you to kick off here very momentarily. As your Highland Hawks are ready to kick it off here to start the second half, Grady Crandall will kick it as number 18 in the state, Highland Hawks, with an 0-4 record, trying to cement their first win of this 2025 football season. Here, your Highland Hawks trying to really grab themselves together here, as Highland's crowd back in it here. Minimal attendance here tonight due to the rain delay. But for the people that are here, they are putting on a show here, as their support has been heard from up here in the press box. Here, as Highland is off and ready to go here, as Crandall kicks it off. A solid kick to the back of the end zone. And Sorro will come back out here with a split quarterback formation here with Ashton Panel here more recently as at quarterback. And that is... let's see. Oh, no, it actually is Marcel Jones that is back out there. Marcel Jones more looked for scrambling ability, as last week against Cesar Chavez, he had some passing woes, but a lot of just open field, just rushing woes as well. As Marcel Jones, they look like they may, yes, they are going to use him at quarterback here. Sorry, guys, trying to see here from a distance, as Highland's defense looks to bounce back here. In the second half, they have a receiver in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep. Marcel Jones, as I mentioned, scrambling. Gain of about 1 or 2 here, and that brings up a second down and long here for Sorro. Nice play there from the Highland defense, recognizing Marcel Jones on that left side. Fake jet sweep. They recognize that Marcel Jones is a prolific scrambler here, and that is what's most known of his game here. Marcel Jones, tall build here. He can really run over anyone, and then we saw that with that rushing touchdown here. As he takes the snap in shotgun, he's in the pocket. He's got some space out of the pocket, and he gets hit hard, and that's a fumble. And that is Highland's ball. What a hit. As Highland retains possession, what a start to the second half here for your Highland Hawks. That is a huge play, hard hit. And Marcel Jones fumbles here in the first possession of Sorro's second half, and Highland will retain the football with great field position at the Sorro 26. As Crew Crandall comes out there for Boston Renneman. Crew Crandall not seeing many outside targets here tonight. Coach Farrell may implement him into his game here in the second half. As Porter Clough, as I believe it may be Porter Clough here at quarterback. He's under ISO formation, as Molinol is in the backfield. He's had an impressive day. And Molinol is in the backfield, but he gets hung up right away, as that is a minimal gain there for your Highland Hawks here. Second down and 10 from the 26 coming up. As your Highland Hawks defense getting that stop with the fumble there. They forced multiple turnovers here tonight with the Grady Crandall interception earlier. And now Highland looking to translate that into points on offense. As Sorry if I've been saying Porter Clough. It is Luca at quarterback, and they give it to Mono on the right side, and he's got some blockers ahead of him. And that is a gain of about 8 here as the clock continues to run here. 3rd down and short coming up for your Highland Hawks. Obviously, the big exclamation point for your Highland Hawks tonight has been that running game. Highland has looked very, very impressive here tonight, as it looks like Brody Snell here, number 40, the running back, 5'9", 200 pounds, a junior, is looking to get some reps here. Looks like he may be a future RB1 here for your Highland Hawks, with multiple seniors coming in this year. But Mono is in the backfield for this play on ISO formation. Crew Crandall on the left outside edge, as Max Brown is also on that right outside edge here. 3rd down and 3 from the 20. ISO formation for your Highland Hawks. And they will give it to him on the misdirection. And he gets Mono, and he's got some blockers ahead of him. This offensive line really presenting themselves here on this drive. That is a Highland first down, as it is going to be 1st and goal. I believe it's going to be 1st and goal here for your Highland Hawks. Mono just has looked so athletic here all night long here. And Highland is in the red zone. And Highland, their first really big red zone opportunity of the night. It's going to be 1st down and goal for your Highland Hawks at the 9-yard line. Gain of 11 on that last play from Mono. And they'll run that same ISO formation, and they're going to run it play action. Here's Lucas going to be on the left side, and he's going to get caught. That's caught in the end zone on the play action boom. That's a touchdown for your Highland Hawks. Big play from Luca there. As the catch, I believe, was made by Reed Price. And that is Reed Price on the touchdown catch. And Highland has their first lead of this 2025 football season. Big play for the Highland Hawks, looking more organized on the offensive front. And Highland has jumped out to a 13-7 lead here, barring the extra point here with 9:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Big, big play here for your Highland Hawks. That play action boot to the left. And they've really showed who their athletic players are here tonight. And Luca on that left side just has really understood this defense here ever since the Cruz Cullimore touchdown, as Caden Leonard is going to kick the extra point, and that is good. Here, Highland now has a 1-possession lead here against the Sorro High School football team here. 14-7 here with 9:35 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Huge play for the Highland Hawks. And we will be right back here momentarily as Sorro will retain possession. As Highland's defense is ready to get back out there. And Highland's defense, led by Coach Rudder, has played their part here tonight, only allowing 7 points in 1/2 of football. And a possession here, as the forced fumble gave Highland the field position to get a touchdown, scored by Reed Price. As Crew Crandall kicks it off here, another touchback. Oh no, that actually went out of bounds at the 1. And Sorro is going to get great starting field position. They're going to start at the 40-yard line, because that was kicked out of bounds just barely at the 1-yard line. And that is a big play here for Sorro as their offense comes back out. And Ashton Pennell will come back out for Sorro at quarterback. He will be under center. And big blunder there from Grady Crandall. It looked like it was going to go in the end zone, but bounced out at the 1-yard line. Just a really unfortunate break here, as they will start at the 35-yard line. Sorro will, as they have a receiver in motion, in shotgun. And Pannell is going to be in the pocket. He's got loads of time here, but he's going to get pressured right away. And that is caught by the tight end there, That's going to be a gain of about 4 here. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 here for the Highland Hawks. Highland Hawks defense really only allowing short gains here in this game, as Panel is going to bring this hurry-up offense, and that is going to be a run up the middle here by Procopio, and that is a minimal gain there, a gain of about 1 here. 3rd down and 5 from the 40. Another big 3rd down here coming up for Sorro. Sorro had their fair share of offensive woes here to start this game with that Jones touchdown earlier. But now looks like they've really been slowed down by this Highland defense. Besides, the only time they've really drove the field here is in that 2-minute drill before the end of the first half, as Procopio is 2 panels right, and he's again going to be in shotgun. He's going to throw it wide open receiver here. That is number 4, Oliver Gibson, and that is a 1st down here on that slant route. Highland just looking a little bit too lean back on that play, running that zone, but it looks like, unfortunately, Gibson is hurt on that play. He took a hard hit at the end there, and this is stuff you never want to see here, as he seems to be down on the field. And we will take a short break here while they attend to Gibson here. We'll be right back here. 8:37 left in the 3rd quarter. As Oliver Gibson walks up on his own power, always a good sign here from an injured player. And now this offense will get back going here. And that is a play-action play here, and that is batted down. That is a huge play from your Highland defense. I believe that was Devin Murray here. Actually, excuse me, that was Tupuaga, the middle linebacker. Big swat down there as number 12 was wide open for Sorro. That was Elijah Jackson that was open here for Sorro. He was on that slant route once again here. The same play that Oliver Gibson just caught here just a moment ago. Looks like Highland's defense, Sorro's recognizing that zone. Highland may be showing pressure on this next play, though, as they do present a 4-man defensive line look. And Panel is in the pocket again, and they do show pressure, but he's going to have some room to run. And Highland's going to get to him. He takes a hard hit from this Highland defense. But it's going to be 3rd down and long. Probably 3rd down, about 6 or 5 here for Sorro coming up. Big 3rd down once again for Sorro. And Panel in shotgun with Procopio to his right. Signaling for the play call from their coaches. He presents a 2 wide receiver set on each side here on 3rd down and 6. 7:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Panel in shotgun. Highland showing big pressure here. He's in the pocket. He's going to have some room to run out, though. And he has a receiver, and that's caught. And that is a 1st down here at the 35. Seems like when Highland's running zone here, they are finding some open players up the middle of the field. And Sorro is once again driving. We'll see if they can capitalize on this play here. And ever since Procopio's kind of run at the on the first drive, where he seemed to be more explosive, they haven't really used him much. They've been utilizing more of the passing game here, as they do have a receiver in motion. They will gift it to him, but he's going to be blown up. And that is Grady Crandall once again. He has been that one bright spot here for this Highland defense. And he just seems to be everywhere here as Grady Crandall makes that tackle. Loss of 4 on that play. Huge play here for Highland. And that is the Lane McGinnott, I believe that is how I pronounce it. He's been getting targeted quite a bit here tonight. And Grady Crandall recognized it on that play. Sorro with the 3 receiver set. Snaps the ball here. And they have a receiver open on that sideline. I've been mentioning the sideline play here for Highland. That's another first down here. They give up a second down and 14 here, and Sorro is driving. They look much more composed here on the offensive side of the ball here. Down at the 16. And Pinnell under center once more. And they're going to give it a play action. He's going to have an open receiver again. And he's going into the end zone. Wait, that's a touchdown for now. And that is a touchdown for Sorro. Believe he may have been down just short. But it looks like the refs will call it a touchdown. A huge touchdown here for Sorro. And this presumably has tied the game for them. Huge play here for Sorro. As Highland just seemed to have the momentum ever since the Marcel Jones touchdown earlier. But now Sorro stating their case to win this game. As the extra point is coming up here. Try to attack on that tying point here in the third quarter. And the extra point is up, and it is good. Highland almost blocked that, actually. And it is now 14-14 here with 6:09 here to go in the third quarter. And we'll take a short break here as Luca and the offense will get back out there here momentarily. As Highland is back out there to return this kick here. Mono on that right side, presumably the returner. As Sorro with a big touchdown there. And they are off and away here. And Mono is in the end zone. He might return this, and that is not what he'll do. It is going to be a touchback. And your Highland offense, led by Luca, is going to go back out there here. A Reed Price touchdown ended the last drive with a bang here, as that play action boot has been used quite a bit here all night long. And we'll see if Highland can capitalize on this drive. As this offense in shotgun formation, or excuse me, in ISO formation with one receiver one-on-one. To his right, they put Colmore in motion. They'll give it to him. He has blockers ahead, and he's got some moves there, and that's going to be down at the 27. That is a nice play call there, as Cruz Colmore has been used with that jet sweep all year long, and that is going to be a gain of about 6 here, and it's going to be second down and 4 here for your Highland Hawks. Down at the 26 in their own territory. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. All tied up at 14. For those that are joining us, we thank you for watching Highland Hawks Productions here tonight. As this Luca-led offense is going to remain out there. He's going to be in shotgun. He's going to find... oh, it's intercepted! Oh, he got picked off. That was to Max Brown. And that is going to be a pick 6. Sorro making their stand here in the second half. And that is a Sorro touchdown. Huge play there, and that is the interception by Tristan Armstrong, making impact plays on both sides of the ball. And now Highland is now on the losing end of this game here. They're down 20-14 here. Big play. What a read by Tristan Armstrong on that, as Max Brown was going to be on that curl route, but Tristan Armstrong recognized that quick throw. And now Sorro is an extra point away from having a 7-point lead here. What a momentum shift. As in very convenient timing, we do have two return up down at the field. A very long tradition here at Highland High School. Always love to see it here. As the extra point is up, and it is good, as Sorro has a 21-14 lead here, as Tupa Turnup is really lighting up the student section here. Always love to see it. As cheer is behind them. For now, though, we will take a break as Sorro 2 scores here to start the second half with 5:25 left in the third quarter. Sorro is up 21-14 on the Highland Hawks. As this Highland offense is going to go back out there, and if you're Highland, if you're Luca right now, you're thinking, forget that last interception. That interception never happened here, as just a costly mistake here in the third quarter as Sorro kicks it off and away here, and Highland's going to return it here. I believe that's Anthony Martin on that return, and he's going to have some blockers ahead, and he's got blockers ahead. Oh, what a return! He's got one blocker to go, and he gets tackled. He gets tripped up, and there is a flag. There is a flag on the play. Seems like these big plays have been taken away by penalties. What a return, though. Had one blocker ahead of him, just got tripped up there. Let's see. Looks like the penalty is against Highland. But now they will start with good field position here. Or no, they did pick up the flag, excuse me. Yeah, they did pick up the flag, and Highland will start with excellent field position around the 30-yard line here to try to attempt to tie up this game here with 5:14 to go in the third quarter. Luca in this offense really trying to put themselves together here. Just a little bit of a whoopsie mistake here on this last drive that ended up in a pick six. And now Highland will get back out there with Mono presumably in the backfield. Luca in shotgun. Mono to his left, and they will put someone in motion. Mono is going to get a carry right up the middle, and that is a huge carry there. This offensive line has been paving the way for him all night long. And Mono having a night to remember here against Sorro. But it's not going to be much of a night to remember if you don't win the game here. And Highland really trying to put themselves together here to try to tie this ball game up with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. As that right side of the offensive line has been paving the way for him all night long. Doing much better than they've had in previous games. As Luca in this offense is going to be back out there. They have a three receiver set, as Colmore is in motion. And they're going to give it to him in that motion route. He doesn't have many blockers ahead, but he does a good job of getting about 6 yards there. Colmore very elusive on that outside edge, as Coach Farrell has been drawing up plays for him to exploit that. Gain of 4 on that last play here. 2nd down and 6 in the red zone from the 19-yard line here for your Highland Hawks. And this offense has been primarily using their 3 running backs here with the Colmore, Mono, and Reneman 3-man monster backfield here, as Luca is under center here with Mono in the backfield. They'll put Colmore in motion once again, and they'll give him on the jet sweep. He's got some blockers, and he's trying to get some moves up there. Just could not. They did blow it up there. Gave him about 3 here. It's going to be 3rd down and short for your Highland Hawks here at the 16-yard line. That was a gain of about 1 here for the Highland Hawks here. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 from the 3rd down and 5 from the 14-yard line for the Highland Hawks. They have Mono on an ISO formation in the backfield here. They have a one wide receiver set on the right. Crew Crandall on the left, Max Brown on the right side. Max Brown, that outside receiver, has not been getting many targets tonight. We'll see if they can set up something for him as Mono will get a run there. He's got some blockers up the middle. Maybe he should have gone a little more right to that right side, but he stopped. It's going to be 4th down, and it's decision time here for Highland. And it looks like they will bring Caden Leonard, the kicker, to attempt a 31-yard attempt here for your Highland Hawks. With 3:26 left in this first quarter, and it looks like there is a timeout. I believe Highland used their first one of the half here. With Sorro up 7 here, 21-14, 31-yard field goal attempt from Caden Leonard coming up to shorten this lead for Sorro. As we apologize for the interruption there is actually an injured player on the field. Something you obviously never want to see here, as this defense already seems to be banged up here. And that is actually Mason Rowland here that is injured on the field. Never want to see that. It's good to see him walking out under his own power. Always want to see that from the players. Both players walking up on their own power. Hopefully they are okay here. As Caden Leonard will attempt a 31-yard attempt to shorten the lead here to 4. Big field goal here. They're actually having Grady Crandall kick this field goal here. And we'll see if he can shorten this lead here for Sorro. And, oh, they fake it! They fake it! He's going to pass it to the end zone. He has an open receiver. Oh, he gets tipped! But it's incomplete. A fake that has failed here. We have not seen many special teams fakes here. It was a tipped ball and almost caught in the end zone, but just not to prevail. And Highland will remain down 7 here. And Sorro will start at the 13-yard line here. Very unfortunate sequence of offense there. Nice play call, though, as they did have some open receivers. And the intended target was actually Max Brown on that last play. Just could not execute there, as Highland's defense is going to be back out there here. They will bring out Ashton Panel at quarterback, as he is in shotgun, like he has been most of the night here. They have a receiver once again in motion. And play action. They're going to give it to a receiver, as looks like Gibson's back into the game here on that same slant route. And that is caught. And that is a Sorro first down. Gibson really kind of getting going here, as Sorro's going to show an interesting formation here with a 3 wide receiver trip set on that bottom. But they will run the football up the middle here, as Procopio has not been getting many carries tonight, but has really shown what he can do offensively. This Sorro team looking much more organized here in the second half. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Panel. It looks like someone went early there, and that was Gibson. I believe Gibson on the bottom where there went a little bit early. And it is false start here. That is against Oliver Gibson. And that will bring up a second down and 12 here for the Sorro Bobcats. Sorro just looking really organized here in the second half, besides that penalty. And up 7, this offense can really start getting creative here on second down and 12. They do need some yards here. They have a one-on-one formation, as I'd like to point out, on the bottom of the screen. And he does look left, though, and that is caught, but he is tripped up immediately. Grady Crandall, again on the tackle. That's Elijah Jackson on the catch there for Sorro. Did not get much leeway, though. That is a loss of about 2 or 3 there, and it's third down and 15 here from their own 26. If Highland can presumably prevail here, this would be a big stop here for your Highland defense. As Highland's going to come in with a four safety look here, giving a lot of room here. About like 10 or 15 yards of separation here. We'll see if Sorro can do much with that. There's a lot of pressure, though. And what a lock-up job. Is that Grady Crandall again? Wow, Grady Crandall all night. He's just been everywhere here all night long. And Grady Crandall on that inside crosser route gets a stop. And Sorro will punt it away here and give Highland another opportunity here to tie the ball game. And on that last drive for your Highland offense, a fake field goal. We have not seen many special teams fakes from Highland this year. And that does not go to a prevail. As Sorro will punt it away here. 1:15 to go here. Sorro up 7 here against your Highland Hawks. See what Sorro can do here. Sorro will punt away as Highland almost got there. It's punted to the right side here. Crandall is going to let it bounce back. What a bounce here for Sorro. That landed at the 40-yard line, but the Highland's going to get the ball at the 20. What a punt there from Sorro, and Highland will start up with some backed up field position here, led by Luca in this offense. Here, 1:03 left in the third quarter. This third quarter has been dominated here by the Sorro Bobcats, as Sorro just seems to be much more organized defensively here in this second half. As Highland presents itself with a 2 wide receiver set. Mono once again in the backfield. He's been one of the players in the night here for Highland. And Colmore is going to go in motion. They will give him the jet sweep. And that is wrapped up with a 2-yard gain there from Colmore. They've been running that jet sweep with him all night long here with 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Highland trying to figure out something here on 2nd down and 8 from the 22. See what Luke and this offense can do here. They will run that ISO formation. They've been doing that all night here with Molno again in the backfield. As Sorro responds with a 4 defensive line look here. Highland maybe making some adjustments to that as 25 seconds remain here in the third quarter. And they're going to run it to Colmore again on that motion. He has the right side open, and he's got some room there to the 30. That's a gain of 8, and that might be a first down. And they will give it to him, yes. So that 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They will give the first down here to Colmore on that carry, and Highland will end the third quarter on that note here. Third quarter dominated by Sorro here as they come out to a commanding 21-14 lead here to end the third quarter. As we will be right back here with your coverage of Highland Hawks football. As Highland comes back out here to start the fourth quarter, down 7. They do have a new set of downs here to start the fourth quarter as Molino is in the backfield on ISO formation. And they will not give it to him. The fake to him to Colmore. He's got some blockers ahead. And that is going to be wrapped around here after a 5-yard gain. Nice play call there from Coach Farrell here to start out the fourth quarter here. There's a gain of about 6 here. And that will lead to a 2nd down and short here for your Highland offense. Coach Farrell has seemed to be more creative with his play calling here tonight, with more wraparounds, more screens, more deep ball opportunities here for this Highland offense. Just more plays that can really get you into the open field. And Sorro just has not seemed to have a response here to that open field tackling. We'll see if Highland can come up here with, once again, this ISO formation look here on 2nd down and 5. They'll have another motion here from Colmore, and they're going to give a play action. They're going to pass it to the left. They have Max Brown open. Just couldn't get it to him. That might have been a walk-in touchdown if that throw is completed there. Max Brown was wide open. Nice route by him. And it seems like Sorro was much, much more ready to pressure on that play, as Highland's been running that ball with Cruz Colmore on that jet sweep all night long. Max Brown, as I mentioned earlier, had not been getting a lot of targets, but right there, that could have been a walk-in touchdown if Max Brown could have completed that pass here. 11 minutes ago in the 4th quarter here. Sorro up 7. And up comes a crucial 3rd down here for your Highland offense. Luca is snapping the ball here. Max Brown was in motion before the play, and they're going to give a screen pass to Anthony Morton, and that's going to be a 1st down and more. What a move, and that is going to be a new set of downs here for your Highland Hawks. Big, big play. And it looks like Sorro was really, yeah, they're going to throw the flag here. They're going to, okay, so Highland believed that Sorro should have gotten a flag for an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, something, some type of confrontation here after the play, but now it looks like the refs are going to throw the flag on Coach Farrell for arguing that call on that play, and that might send Highland 15 yards back. Highland sideline is extremely unhappy here on this call. No matter what year, it is a Highland 1st down. And an unsportsmanlike conduct as the boos rain down here on the refs here. It's Coach Farrell trying to plead his case that Sorro should have gotten a flag on that last play based on that confrontation. Maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving after that last play here with 10:59 here left in the 3rd quarter. So it's not going to be much, much harder here to get another set of downs here. Here as it's going to be 1st down and 25 from the 30 for your Highland Hawks. As they're actually going to give them 1st down and 10 from the 30, so they're going to move the field position here, but not the amount of yards to get the 1st down. And it looks like Sorro, once again, for the 2nd time tonight, may have jumped early on this play. That's going to be 1st down and 5 here for your Highland Hawks. Yeah, it's going to be 1st down and 5 from the 35-yard line. And Sorro seems to be also drowning themselves with the yellow laundry, as tonight Sorro just has really been screwed over by these penalties. And Highland is going to have a much manageable 1st down and 5 here from the 35. They run an interesting backed up slot here from Cruz Colmore. They're going to put him in motion again, but they're going to give it to Mono on the right side. He's got blockers ahead, and that is going to be a Highland 1st down. Gain of about 8 there, and Highland will move the chains once more here with 10 minutes to go here in this ball game. Highland down 7. You would think maybe if they get a touchdown, maybe perhaps they go for 2 here to really get aggressive here as the clock ticks with under 10 minutes to go in this ball game. Luca in this offense trying to get going here. This is one of the few times I've seen Luca in shotgun here tonight. And they're going to give it to Mono up the middle. Just powers his way through here to the 50. That's a gain of 7. And it's going to be 2nd down and short coming up for your Highland Hawks. Mono all night has just been really athletic. You know, he could power forward like he did on that play, but he can also really get into that open field and can be really dangerous in that open field. And that's what we've seen tonight from him, as Boston Renneman will come back out there for your Highland Hawks. We've not seen many reps from him tonight, but he can also be that one power back that we need here on 2nd down and short. Less than 10 minutes ago here in the ball game. Just a reminder, Sorro is up 21-14 here in this ball game. As they're exploring a shotgun look here for Luka with Brenneman to his right. They have two receivers to his right as well. As they have a receiver in motion, they're going to get a play action. He's getting pressured right away. Defender was in his face. And that is an incomplete deep ball there. Nice defense there from Sorro. Seems like Coach Farrell wanted to take a shot there on second down and short. And you sure don't blame him here with less than 9 minutes here to go in this ball game. Here comes a big 3rd down and 4 here. Presumably 4-down territory here for your Highland Hawks here. At their own 49. Down 7 here in this ball game. That last play. Just defenders just all over him. First time Sorro's really showed a big-time pressure here tonight. They've had 1 sack this entire ball game, as they're going to show a big pressure look here. And missed a little miscommunication, but Mono's going to still get the first down and more. It looks like they're on the misdirection. They didn't know what to do there, but Mono find a way out of that. And from the 49 to about the 37 there. So a gain of about 14 there from Mono. Big play there for Highland. What awareness there from Mono, as they looked confused there to start out the play. Mono found a way out there. What a play. As Luka is again in shotgun, exploring that look here on this drive. And Mono's going to run it up again, and he's just been powering through this defense the entire drive. That's a gain of 7 here, and it's going to be 2nd down and 3 here with 8 minutes to go. Big time plays here from Mono. 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Mono will come out of the game here, as Highland is going to bring back in Brody Snell, as he's gotten a couple reps tonight as well, primarily blocking here tonight. As they will come back to the ISO formation here with Colmore in the backfield. And that's who they'll give it to. And he's got a hole as well to the 26 here. Gain of 5, and that is a Highland first down. Big time plays here from your Highland Hawks. 7 minutes to go here in this ball game, as Highland is exploiting that run game here on this drive here. And, you know, if you're Highland, you think about taking as much time as you can out so that Sorro really can't get going on offense to end regulation. We'll see what Coach Farrell draws up here on first down from the 26. They've been driving through the run game all drive long here, as they will run ISO formation. Luka under center with Renneman behind him here, as they'll fake to Colmore, but Renneman and Luka get mixed up there, and a flag is thrown right away. We'll see what this penalty is, but it looks like a couple of these plays have been confusions on the handoffs here with 6:48 to go in the ballgame. See if the refs have to say about this, as this crowd seems to still be frustrated with these refs based on the unsportsmanlike call against Coach Farrell earlier in the drive. And it is a face mask against Sorro. Wow, what a turn of events there. And that is going to be a new set of downs here for your Highland Hawks. That is a huge play here for your Highland Hawks there. Seems to be baited by penalties here late in the game. And now they'll have greater field position here at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 for your Highland Hawks as the clock continues to run here. 6 minutes to go here in the ballgame. It's the most competitive by far that Highland has been all year long. And Luka under center. They're going to have Colmore in the backfield once again for him. Colmore and Molinol have been just that 1-2 punch all night long, as they will hand it to him on the misdirection. He's got some blocks ahead, and he's going to, he stays up. They're going to roll a touchdown. It's a touchdown. It is a touchdown for Cruz Colmore. Stayed up on his feet, and Highland, a huge score with 6:14 left in the ballgame. That is a huge play for your Highland Hawks. Surprised that Colmore stayed up on that. And that is a touchdown for your Highland Hawks. Colmore Mono just been that 1-2 punch all night long. What a momentum shift for your Highland Hawks here. 6:14 to go in the ball game. And now we get an extra point here from Caden Leonard. And Caden Leonard will go for the extra point. And is up, and it is good. We are tied here, 21-21 with 6:14 to go in this ball game. Huge play for Highland, as Highland will get back on defense once we return with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. As this Highland team comes back out here after a huge touchdown to tie it up at 21 with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter here, as your Highland Hawks try to get going here to start out this next drive here. 21-21. This Highland defense has looked pretty solid all game long. And now we'll see what they can do here. Grady Crandall on the earlier kickoff went out of bounds at the 1, which gave Sorro great field position at the 35-yard line. We'll try to avoid a blunder here. As he kicks it off, it's off and away. And that is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. As Sorro's offense will come out here, led by Ashton Pannell here ever since that Jones touchdown earlier. And now we'll see what Highland's defense can do, led by Grady Crandall, who's just been everywhere all night long. Probably one of the best safeties here in the 6A division here in Arizona. Big time plays here from Grady Crandall tonight. An interception earlier. He's just been tackling everyone tonight. Seems like he's always there when there's some type of screen pass there. And Sorro's offense will get back out there. It's actually Marcel Jones that's back at quarterback on this drive. Highland showing much more presence here in the linebacker area on this play here. They have a 3-safety look. And Marcel Jones under center in shotgun. And he's going to be handing it off here. And that's going to be a minimal gain there. Nice second effort from this Highland defense. I believe that might have been Anthony Martin on the tackle there for your Highland Hawks. That was Zeus Vasquez, for the tackle on that last play. Nice second effort there for your Highland Hawks. 2nd down and 9 coming up. As looks like this Sorro offense is trying to really just kind of move along here. They did on that last drive here. As the snap is there. He's already pressured, but he's really he is really kind of there in the presence of the pocket. And Gibson drops a wide open ball on that curl route there. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 coming up here. Big 3rd down here for your Highland Hawks. Gibson wide open on that curl route. Just couldn't hold on to it. But Marcel Jones been impressed with his pocket presence here tonight. Highland has showed a lot of pressure against them, but he's just been able to get around it. And now this Highland defense will try to get a big stop here as the crowd is on his feet here on 3rd down and 9 as Marcel Jones will snap it. He's already getting pressured, but he's found a way to escape that. What a throw, but it is Vasquez on the break up there, and it's going to be 4th down and 9. Jones tried to throw a cross-body throw to the middle of the field to Gibson, who's been a big target all night. But Zeus Vasquez on the deflection there, and Highland will get the football back with 5:25 left in the fourth quarter in a tie ball game here. It is coming down to the wire here for the Highland Hawks, as this crowd is ecstatic. Probably the best crowd we've seen all year, even though probably the minimal attendance here for Highland tonight. It's been most in the game here for Highland all season long. as the cowbells ring out here. This Highland crowd is much more anticipated as the snap is buffled. Somehow gets the punt off, and that's going to be out of bounds at the 37. This crowd is excited to see that as Highland will start with great field position at the 37-yard line. As this Highland offense will come back out here. Big anticipated drive here for the Highland Hawks with 5:20 to go in this ball game. All tied up at 21. Both teams showing their fair share of explosiveness. But we'll see if Highland can come back out on top. As I'd like to mention, we have two games that are tied right now. Highland 21-21. Then we also have the ASU game down in Tempe that's tied 24-24. Also going down to the wire over there at Mountain America Stadium. But back to this game as Mono is going to take it right up the middle at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be second down and 10 here for your Highland Hawks. Clock continues to run here with 5 minutes to go. Tied at 21. They'll bring Colmore back in. Here, and it looks like Sorro seems to be anticipating that run here with less than 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Luca looks more like a prolific passer at times. We'll see if they run some plays for him here. Mono still in the backfield. They have Colmore in that slot position. We've seen that often here tonight. They put him in motion, and they're going to give it to him on that screen, but they're there pretty much right away at the 38 here, and here comes a third down and long. Don't believe this is field goal range here for your Highland Hawks. So this is a big, big play here with 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go as the clock continues to run here. They'll bring Reneman out for this next play. It looks like Rylan Reyes is going to come back out here at quarterback here on third down and 10. Probably the most anticipated and big play here of this ball game. Rylan Reyes getting his reps here tonight. Reneman is in the backfield. We'll see if they run a hard play action here. Colmore is back on the edge here. And they are going to run a flea flicker. Max Brown, he's got an open receiver. It's caught! It's caught at the 14. What a flea flicker play call. He's hurt though. Oh no. Took a hard hit on that play. What a play, but you never want to see this. Took a hard shoulder at the end there. And he is having a hard time getting up. Never ever want to see that. As I believe that was Logan Ward on the catch. Just never want to see that, man. Took a hard hit. Highland will have first down and goal, but much more of a worry is Logan Ward that is down on the field as players begin to take a knee. We will take this injury timeout with 3:47 left in the ball game in a tie ball game. We'll be right back. As he comes back off the field, needs assistance getting out of the field. Never want to see that. I believe it's right leg here. That is, I believe that might be right. Ryland, I believe Ryland was out there. It's unknown who the receiver is, but we hope that he is doing okay here as they do run a play here. Cayman Molyneux up the middle, gain of about 2 here on second down. Second down and 8 coming up for your Highland Hawks there as the clock continues to run. 3:15 to go here as this game is coming down to the wire. Luca and this offense really trying to get themselves together. Second down and 9 here. These precious seconds tick away here as they are at the Sorro 12-yard line. They will bring Molyneux back into the backfield in this ISO formation. Crew Crandall to his right, Max Brown to his left. And some type of stoppage of play here. Looks like Highland's trying to adjust here. Sorro showing a 4-man front. Very confined space here for Sorro. And they're going to run play action boot. And this has been the play that's working all night. He's got to move. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Highland. 2:35 left on the clock. Highland takes the lead. Twice tonight on the play action boot. Highland has scored twice with their tight ends. Huge play for Highland. There's some type of... they say he's out of bounds at the 1. Big play position though here. And Highland's going to hurry up here. Molyneux's in the backfield, ISO formation. They're going to give it to him. And he's in the end zone. And there's your touchdown. That's Cayman Molyneux on the touchdown. And Highland takes the lead here with 2:32 left on the clock. Huge drive for your Highland Hawks here with 2:32 left on the clock. And Highland takes a 1-possession lead here late in the ball game as it goes down to the wire. Huge, huge drive for Highland. And it looks like Caden Linder will kick the extra point here. What a drive for the Highland Hawks. Long one, too. I believe it was about 7-minute drive there. As Caden Leonard puts it through the goalpost. It is a 28-21 ball game with 2:32 left on the clock here. Huge, huge drive here for the Highland Hawks. An 8-minute drive here for your Highland Hawks. Almost the entire quarter here for Highland. We will be right back here. Huge momentum shift here. Highland 28, Sorro 21 with 2:32 left in this ball game. As we have just learned here in the press box as well, another great news here. ASU has just beat number 24 TCU in the college football world. As ASU goes to 4-1 in college football. Back to this game though, Highland, huge touchdown on this last drive, up 28-21 here. As he'll kick it off and away here. Might have been smart to let it go out of bounds there, but we'll see. As the return is, oh, what a hit! Oh my goodness, at the 14-yard line. What a knock. Flipped him over on the hit there. And wow, Sorro starts with poor field position at the 14-yard line. Huge hit there. So we watch it back in the booth. Oh my goodness, what a hit. As Highland really showing themselves on defense as well. 2:26 left in this ball game. Sorro has all 3 of their timeouts. So they do have time here. They do have time to really march down the field here. Highland shows a 4-man look on defense. They have a receiver in motion. Looks like Panel is going to start with the quarterback. Oh, wow, they're going to pressure him right away. But they get it to the running back here. And the clock continues to run here. It's a gain of 2. Nice awareness there by Panel to get it out to his running back, Procopio. as it's going to be 2nd down and 7 here for this Sorro offense here as the clock goes under 2 minutes. As Sorro's offense may need to hurry it up here. Down 7 with all 3 timeouts. And the snap is up, and he's taking his time. He throws it over his head. He was somewhat open, but it seemed like Highland had that lockdown here. And here comes your biggest 3rd down of the ball game here. As Highland's defense, if they can make a stop here with 1:47, this would be huge here. Sorro does not technically have to keep the ball, but we will see what Sorro can do here on 3rd down and 7. This is the biggest play of the ball game at their own 16. Sorro backed up here on 3rd down and long. Here's the snap. Highland showing pressure. He's going to run it in the pocket, and he's got a 1st down. Hard hit at the end there. They've been hitting hard on him all night, but that's going to be a gain of 9 here, and that's going to be a 1st down. The clock continues to run. They will let the clock run. Sorro will not use their timeouts. 1:30 to go in the ball game. That is a huge 3rd down to keep Sorro alive in this ball game. The clock does continue to run, though. It seems like Sorro's offense is taking their time here to get going here. Ashton Panel leading this offense on this drive. Highland showing that 4-man rush once again, and Sorro will finally use one of their 3 timeouts here. 1:14 left in this ball game. Highland up 7 here, in position to win their 1st ball game of the year, as at their own 26, Sorro will have the ball back after their 1st timeout is used. As Highland's defense going to come back out there, trying to hang on here. See if they can win this ball game. Highland up 7, 1:14 to go. Sorro just used one of the 3 timeouts. Highland showing a 4-man rush look once again. And the play's blown up right away. It seems like Sorro had some pre-snap movement. And they did. Now back them up 5 yards more here. 1:13 to go in the ball game. They are now backed up to the 21 here, looking more and more dire here for the Sorro offense, led by Ashton Panel, who's looked pretty solid all game long, but now they're going to need him more than ever here. 1:13 to go here. Sorro drops this game. They go to 2-3. As it's going to be 1st down and 15 at the 21, 1:13 on the clock. Sorro still has 2 timeouts, so they do have some time management. Panel in shotgun. And he's going to run play action. He's got a receiver open, and that is caught down at the 39. That is an 18-yard gain and a Sorro 1st down. A Sorro will run up, hurry up offense here. Clock is yet to run. Now it will. A minute to go in this ball game. They're not going to use one of their timeouts here, and they will run shotgun again. And he's got a receiver open. Gibson trying to get there, but is locked up by this Highland defense. That's Tupuaga on the coverage there. Incredible one-on-one coverage there from Tupuaga. We have not seen much one-on-one looks from either team tonight, but now that is locked up by Tupuaga. This crowd was exclaiming when he broke that up. 56.9 seconds on the clock. 2 timeouts for Sorro. They are at the 39. 2nd down here for Sorro. Highland up 7. Highland's defense trying to hold on. Play action. Panel has a receiver open once again. They've been trying to find the middle of the field, and that is exactly what they do here. They will run hurry up here. 50 seconds on the clock. Big play here for Sorro. 1st down from the 46. Here's a snap. He's in the pocket. Under pressure, he's going to scramble it out, and he's going to go out of bounds. So that will stop the clock here with 36.3 seconds on the clock. Sorro still has 2 timeouts. So this makes it a very manageable situation here for Sorro. Here, they can get their timeouts here as Highland, now that the clock is stopped, Highland will use one of their 3 timeouts here as Highland is up 7 here, 36 seconds to go. Let's paint the situation. Sorro is at the 43-yard line, second down here for them, 36 seconds on the clock. They still do have 2 timeouts, and at some point you wonder if they're going to use that deep ball here. Sorro all night has not really used it, but they have managed the middle of the field, and on this drive they have exploited that with the Highland more relaxed, prevent-like defense here that we've seen from them not only this game, but all year long here. And that has allowed some late-game disruptions here from your Highland defense. As this is the first game we've seen from Highland where it's really been close, even a lead here for your Highland Hawks. But now we get to see them perhaps close it out here. If they win this game, they go to a 1-4 record. This will be a storybook win here for your Highland Hawks in this 2025 football season. Alrighty, here we go. We are back at it again with 36 seconds on the clock here for Sorro. Yeah, panel and shotgun. Highland shows a more pressure look here, and they're going to send it. And he's going to throw it. He's going to hit side. He throws it. Intercepted! It's intercepted! And Highland is going to win this ball game. Highland is going to win this ball game. Incredible. What a play. That is Bentley Anderson, the junior, on the interception. The game-saving play. Wow. 30 seconds to go. Highland seals the deal on a victory. Unfortunately, we do have a player down on the play, though. One from Sorro. Something you never want to see here. And we will be right back here as Highland has closed it out here to win this ball game. We'll be right back here shortly. And Highland will come back out here. Player did come out under the run power here. And Luca will kneel it out here. And they will let the clock run. Highland has won their first ball game of the 2025 football season. But they will, Sorro will use one of those timeouts here with 22 seconds to go here in the ball game. But now Highland will go to 1-4 here this season. They have cemented themselves with the win against Sorro. And if anything, this game proves that they can be competitive. They are without Luke Young right now. And it seems like he will be back here in 2 weeks at Castile, which is a heartbreaking story here at Highland due to last year's 6A playoff loss against them. But now we have a rivalry, a rematch here of last year's heartbreaking loss here at Hawk Stadium in the 6A playoffs last year. Now Highland will have a chance to get revenge here at Castile's home field. And now Highland will come back out here, presumably to knee it again and cement this game into the scorebook here as Highland will have a 7-point victory here, 28-21. Huge victory here for Highland Hawks. It's the first one of the year for this team. And now we think about having Luke Young back here as Highland will take a knee once again. And I believe that will do it. And that it will. And it looks like Sorro will, yes, they will use that final timeout. And with 15 seconds, Sorro will use that final timeout, maybe talk things over, a word of motivation to end this game. But Sorro will lose the ball game tonight, and Highland will come with a marquee victory here to go with their first victory of the season. They've improved to 1-4 of the year. Now we start to have some questions answered. What can Highland do on the offense to create some space? And tonight they answered that. Wraparound, screens, deep balls, everything. It looked more like a complete package of a team here tonight. And it looks like Highland will look forward here to Castile, who has actually been pretty good this season, ranked 19th in Arizona, as Highland is ranked 18th. So it looks like Castile and Highland seem to be on the same level of play here. Should be a competitive game with Luke Young, presumably back. Excuse me. Excuse me. With Luke Young back here tonight. And Highland will take a knee, and they will let the clock run out. And Highland has won their first ball game of the year as the crowd exclaims this victory. And Highland is pumped. And Highland wins this game 28-21. They improve to 1-4. And Highland will look forward to a game at Castile here in 2 weeks. I want to thank you guys for watching this presentation of Hawk Football. I'm your lone commentator, Caden Covert. And I want to thank you guys for watching here tonight. And we will see you again here in 2 weeks against Castile in a revenge game for the Highland Hawks. We thank you for watching Hawk Football, and we'll see you here in 2 weeks. Thank you.